thank you for tuning in. Delgado's Rants, your everything coach, Joe Delgado here, Indestructible Me. Find us everywhere, follow us so you can stay up to date. We are changing the world, and you need to be a part of a community that's going to hold you accountable, keep discipline in check, and pull you through to a better future. You just need that in your life. That's what I needed when I was going through this. And that's why I'm doing this. If I could tell you that all we need to do is to eliminate the hate, all the diseases, the BS and all that type of stuff, we just have to change our minds, change our perception, and we can eliminate all of that. Would you say yes to that? Well, then follow along. 20 minutes a day, all I ask for, and this will get you start to thinking and questioning things, and maybe get you moving into the right direction. If not, let me know. If so, please let me know. I know it will, because it has done that for me. We talk about terms and terms and concepts. Maybe I haven't had enough coffee today. So cheers. How about you? Have you had enough coffee? Don't drink too much coffee if you are drinking coffee, because drinking coffee, I just learned the other day, drinking a cup of coffee, 4 cups of coffee, you urinate half of your sodium in your body. So not good, because sodium is needed. But that is not what today's episode is about. Today is about sensory gating. Talked about this in other videos. I've talked about this with subconscious mind, brainwashing, how to use it and leverage it for yourself, perceptions, all of this. So deep dive into sensory gating. What is that? Have you heard of sensory gating before? If you're just like me, no, you haven't. Because these are the things that you are not being consciously aware of. Things that are the good information that will help you in your life is not being commonly passed around. You know, information like this is just not being spoken to. You're going out and drinking or hanging out with a group of friends, and you're not talking about sensory gating, which I think is something that you should be spoken about. Sensory gating has something to do with social events. It's the cocktail party effect. But so sensory gating is the process by which irrelevant stimuli are separated from meaningful ones. Who determines if it's relevant or not? Bing! You guessed it, you. Most important idea right here. Who is coming up with the idea that something is irrelevant or not? Your brain only knows what you tell it. So there's a part of the brain called the thalamus. It sits right above your brainstem, and it sends signals to your cerebral cortex, which is essentially your it literally absorbs your senses, your environment. Boom. So this part of the brain literally, think about a gate to your future. This is actually a perfect example. So you're walking down the street, and you see this giant house on the hill, and it is filled with everything that you desire in your world, in your life. But there's this giant gate that blocks you from where you are today to that future. Think about that. The thalamus is that gate. And the environment that you're in right now is literally being blocked from that gate, because it doesn't know what you desire. So because you never told your brain and your body what you desire. Again, irrelevant. What is determined irrelevant in your life? You got to come aware. I talk about this plan. Again, it's not a sales pitch whatsoever, believe me. But you got to get this. It is literally going to change your life, and it's exactly on all the things I talk about. You have no idea once you start using it, you're going to be like, yeah, I should have been doing this freaking months ago. This is just crazy on how simple of a concept this is, but how drastically important it is and how impactful it is to my life. Because you need to know, you need to understand this simple concept. You need to acknowledge what's going on in your environment. You need to tell yourself the shit that is not working and the things that are working. If there is any, there has to be. No matter what, there's something working in your life. No matter how down you may be right now, and maybe I'm pushing down on you a little too much, and that's not my intent. Is to push you to make you act, and so you can start doing. Because once you start taking control of your life, then future you becomes more relevant. Right? It becomes more meaningful. Right? So if you, let's say, eat a piece of cake, skip working out, or don't work out at all, you just don't work out, so skipping is the wrong term to use, and you enjoy that comfort, your brain thalamus is going to take that as meaningful activities. So guess what? You're going to be convinced to do that all the time. You're going to be convinced to give up other stuff. Cocktail party effect is the idea that you go into a room, a crowd of people, and essentially your brain is going to pick up or absorb only the things that you think are meaningful. The idea that you're going to listen to, you ever notice that you're talking to someone or whatever, and you're hearing a conversation from someone else, and you're like, man, that's interesting. I want to know more about that. So your brain is telling you that it's meaningful. It's trying to draw you over to that. It's the blue Honda effect. You want to buy a new car, whatever it may be, whatever color or whatever model it is, you start driving down the road and you're seeing it everywhere. Well, your brain, those cars have always been there. But now, once you told your brain that that's what you want, your brain eliminates those things, eliminates it from being irrelevant to meaningful. Then it convinces you, hey, everyone has this car, so it must be good. I gotta get it. I'm compelled to buy one. I need to drive around. I need to be cool. I need to be a ding dong. Whatever it may be. That's the thing. You determine what is relevant and what's irrelevant and what's meaningful. And you gotta do that by writing things down. You gotta understand you gotta acknowledge what is impactful to you. Your brain doesn't know that. If you never came to terms that you want to be rich and successful, and it's just, you thought it was just obvious. Like, that's the thing. That's the crazy thing about it. You telling yourself every single day that you're going to be financially free is different than you saying it once because you think it's obvious. Right? So you think it's pointless on bringing it up every single day, all the time. You think that you sound like a crazy person because you respond to everything with your future, with your dreams, the things that you want, you care, with the things that are meaningful to you. Right? In your fear of being annoying to other people, and all that type of stuff. You need to wash that out. Because, again, it's not obvious to your brain. You literally have a system in place to not overwhelm yourself. The idea is, the reason why your brain does this is to not overwhelm your brain with thoughts, and it tries to solidify and strengthen the memories, the meaningful ones. And again, it does this to free up space so it can work more efficiently on running your body, the systems, your autonomic nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system, all of that type of stuff. So you block all the things that you don't think is important, You get rid of it, so it never goes to the next step, and that's converting short-term to long-term memory, right? And those things are important to you, but again, your brain doesn't know it. That's why you gotta write it down. You gotta become consciously aware. Pen to paper, and you gotta do pen to paper. You gotta do that because it's literally causing a response, a tangible thing into your brain on what's possible, what you desire, what you want. You're more likely going to remember it by doing that instead of just saying it, and just saying it once or maybe once a month. Maybe you write down your goals just once a month. You can't. You gotta do it every day. It takes like literally 2 minutes. I mean, writing down your goals. And it literally takes maybe 5 minutes tops every day to write down your goals, figure out quick steps that you could do today to continue working on them, and then to summarize your day at the end. Like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes for both. Boom. Think about how drastically important that is, and we just don't do it. You gotta do it. You gotta find out what the meaningful things in your life. You gotta map that out. You gotta acknowledge that. You gotta strengthen your brain. You gotta put it through boot camps, right? You gotta educate itself. You gotta read, take in information, and put information to use. In this way, you become more fluent in understanding and implementing ways where you can influence your brain to work for you and not it forcing you to work, right? This is, again, it's mind hacking, and I hate using that term because I just think about all these gurus and people on social media, influencers, that hack your mind and obtain your goals. I know that sounds like what I'm saying, but the truth of the matter is, it is. Unfortunately, your brain is designed, again, to be lazy, and it wants you to become robotic to be efficient, right? Create processes and things so you just do the same thing every single day. I'm eating about same thing every single day. So make your mind create robotic processes that will improve your life. Right? I wake up at this time during the day, I write down my goals, I exercise, I plan my meals for the day, I do this, I do that, right? And those are all great things, and those are all going to improve your life over time every single day. So create those habits and force your brain to understand that those are meaningful, right? You are exactly where you need to be to get you where you want to go in life. You just need to be aware, and you need to be absorbing the information properly. I talk about the success pyramid, and on the bottom I talk about health. If this system is broken, and if you're not understanding this, if you're not understanding the prefrontal cortex, the subconscious mind, the conflict that it has that's happening all the time in your brain, if you're not understanding that, you're not going to be able to receive information. That's why I have it on the bottom of the pyramid, because it's literally, you need to know this so you can start to understand that you need to become consciously aware of your environment. You might be like, yeah, I am. This guy's a lunatic saying that. There's things around you that you are literally not seeing, like you are seeing, but you're not acknowledging. You're having conversations with people each day. Those people are saying things that are literally exactly what you need to get you to the next step, to move you forward, but your brain is blocking that out. You're not acknowledging the things that can improve your life. The relationships that you have right now, whatever, even the clutter ones, right? Because then you will understand what's not going to help you, which will help you in the future, right? So you need to acknowledge, you need the understanding to acknowledge. And the way to do that is you write down your goals, you write down where you want to go, you write down your thoughts and feelings about particular aspects of your life, what you want to change, and you write down in your opinion what's influencing those things, and you make plans to change that. You know, you're not happy about your weight or your health, your energy levels. Well, what are your thoughts on food? What are your thoughts on exercise? I need to change those thoughts. Right? Because if I hate all of that, I gotta learn to love it, because that will drastically improve my condition. So how do I do that? That's why you gotta listen to me. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll continuously feed your mind to make you understand the meaningful stuff, so you can ultimately eliminate or block that gate, right? Or shift the gate to the bad stuff, right? You need to shift the actual irrelevant bullshit to the irrelevant category, because there's things in your life that are meaningful and will help you out and push you forward and are exactly the ticket that you need, but they're in the irrelevant category right now because you have not presented the presentation to your brain for your brain to understand. We need to swap that around, right? You have meaningful stuff that's listed in the irrelevant category, and your brain is just cutting that out every single day. You need to tell your brain what is meaningful, so it moves it to a different category, and then all of a sudden you just receive it and you'll accept it. Hopefully this helps. Again, go get your planner today. Start planning your future. You need to plan your future. You need to start having your systems in your brain work for you and not against you. Find us on Indestructible Me, your everything coach. Change the mind, we change the world. Thank you for tuning in, and always be great.